Hi, this is the Title Professor from titleprofessor.com. I am Woody Lee. Today is the lesson 1 of Understand a Car Title. The 7 most common issues. I call 7 red flags to watch for when you're buying a used car. And the last step usually when you buy a used car is switch the money and getting the title. Before you give the seller the money, check the 7 things before you finish the deal. And the first thing, when you get the title, today we use the Illinois title as an example. Most of the title are very common, and this is the state I am in, and I deck out some of the information. Let's take a look. The first thing, you want to make sure the VIN number matches the car. Okay, this is the VIN number, the vehicle identification number. Check that number with the number on the car windshield, on the corner windshield, most accurately. That's the hardest windshield if someone stole the car to replace. So check the VIN number on the windshield. Make sure you're getting the correct VIN number, matching VIN number with the car. Secondly, check if the car title is what we call branded. That's all. So most people are talking about clean title, clean title, clean title, and that's the clean title. Usually, for most of the states, if it's a transferable title, it's called a certificate of a title, not a certificate of salvage vehicle or salvage certificate or flood title. And right here, this is where the states, usually the states, or some here that called the title brands. And this one, there is no any title brands. The title brands are including rebuilt, salvage, flood, theft, even junk titles. And you want to see nothing, okay? Clean title, nothing. And the best of all, get the original title and not a duplicate. And these are the best. And if you want, it's a good deal, you want to buy a branded rebuilt title. The only branded title can be transferred is called a rebuilt title. It's still called a certificate title, but it's a rebuilt title, and it will be listed here. And that the seller have to disclose that in advance, or have some kind of notarization of the car was rebuilt in different states. Okay, and the third thing, make sure the car doesn't have a lien. What's a lien? Lien means someone borrowed the money to buy the car. Either could be from a bank, or they bought a car from a dealer. The dealer holds the ownership until the car paid it off. Or someone even borrowed the money and they put from someone else, and they put a lien hold on the title. And that's where the lien information will be. And this car had the lien, and I covered it up, the information for privacy purposes. And if there's a lien holder here, then you want to see either a stamp from the lien holder and a signature that released the lien, or a separate paper, completely separate paper, signed or notarized. Some states require notarized. Sign says the institution or the bank released the interest in the car. That means the car was paid off, and that's called a lien release title. That's a different paper. So the best, hopefully there's nothing here as the lien information or the lien holder, so there's no lien on the car. And next one, not a dealer title. Some people, borrow their friend's dealer license, go to dealer auctions, buy a car from dealer auction. Then the car title come in. When they bought it, they will have what we call dealer reassignment. written on the title. And if there's anything written under the dealer reassignment, then the title cannot be transferred by a private party or private owner. And it only can be transferred by a car dealer, licensed car dealer. And it has to be the dealer listed in the previous assignment section. And so you want to see a clear, nothing written on the ownership reassignment yet when you're buying the car. So that's a clear transferable title. And when you bought the car, you fill in the buyer's information, seller information, and sign it. And that's the best. And don't get anything that's already signed up, and then you have to use some states in the front, some state on the back says dealer reassignment. Nothing in the dealer reassignment. Okay, and the fifth thing, that's less common, but watch out. No any kind of alteration is allowed in any title. You cannot scratch it at all. Anything, any letter, any words, any number, any information, you cannot scratch it at all. No alteration, or possibly the people could erase the branded salvage name or the lettering, or the car title just look like this one. It's printed, it's copied, it doesn't look like a actual title. Be careful with that. If you have any question about that, you need to check with your local DMV or Secretary of State, or just walk away. The sixth information you want to make sure, it's actually very common, but a lot of people don't do it. You need to do a VIN history check. What's a VIN history check? You need to plug the VIN onto certain websites. They have provided the service for the VIN number histories. You want to make sure two things. One, if the title number you're holding is the latest title that was issued for this car. Sometimes people go to get a title link on their duplicate title. They get a duplicate title for their car, and they go to those title loan company and get some money from the title company, but they still able to drive the car. And the titling company have the latest title. That's actually the title can be transferred, and then they still have the original title, even though it shows original, but that is not the latest title, and the new state will not transfer that title. So you need to check the title number is the latest title, and also confirm it's not a branded title. In that link, the VIN history will tell you if the car is actually a clean title to be transferred. The last thing, the seventh thing, when you did all of that, and the last thing, you want to make sure who is actually the current owner of the car. Sometimes people help family to sell their cars. So yeah, they not actually the current owner of the car, but they do have the right title. So when all the 6 things are, you already checked it out in the front, and you want to make sure who's the current owner, and make sure what's the relationship they have with the seller, and also see if there's multiple owners. If there's multiple owners, you have to have a signature of both owners, or multiple owners. You have to have all their signatures and the date. And in some states, they require the seller signature to be notarized. In some states, both the seller and the buyer's name need to be notarized. And in Illinois, we don't require the signature to be notarized, but it has to be actual information, and there has to be multiple, all the sellers have to sign the title. And that's the 7 things you need to watch out when you're buying a used car, and watch out for the most common issue on titles. So follow us on titleprofessor.com.